Coming up on this week's big time boxing news, Joshua versus Fury talks continue. After Ryan Garcia's big win over Luke Smith, his attention moves to his next fight, with him teasing an announcement soon. Eddie Hearn announced the schedule for Matchroom's first quarter of the year. David Benavidez calls out Canelo. Could Joyce take on Alexander Usyk after Frank Warren confirms talks? And finally, Deontay Wilder is in talks to fight Charles Martin. Talks have been continuing between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury about a proposed mega fight this year. According to multiple sources, the fight is being targeted for May or June and is likely to be staged in the Middle East or China. This will be a two-fight deal, with the fighters splitting the purse down the middle with an estimated $100 million each. This is a fight that the whole world is desperate to see, so fingers crossed they can get this over the line. Ryan Garcia has been talking about working on a potentially huge fight, which he claims is bigger than taking on unbeaten Gervonta Tank Davis. Speculation is that it could be boxing great Manny Pacquiao. This would be a big step up for Garcia, but the lure of a big payday and the chance to take on a legend like Pacquiao could be too hard to resist. When speaking about what his next fight may be, Garcia said, "I have a potentially huge, bigger fight than Davis, so I might pin him off to the side. I'm still going to fight him, but I wouldn't not fight him unless it was a bigger opportunity. But I cannot say anything right now, so I'm going to just keep it at that." Whatever happens next for Garcia will definitely create a lot of interest in the Mexican star. Who do you think should be Ryan Garcia's next opponent? Let me know in the comments below, and also please like and subscribe to the channel. Matchroom announced their first batch of shows for the year, with the pick of the bunch being Dillian Whyte's rematch versus Alexander Povetkin. Whyte went into the first fight as favourite and was winning the fight, scoring 2 knockdowns, but was caught by an uppercut from hell which knocked Whyte out cold. It will be interesting to see how this rematch pans out, with Whyte desperate for revenge to get his career back on track. David Benavidez has been quoted saying he's the man that can dethrone Canelo Alvarez. Benavidez feels like if the two are to square off, it'll be a war on the same pages as Barrera versus Morales. This fight is unlikely to happen anytime soon, with Caleb Plant the more likely fight, as long as he can navigate his way past Caleb Truax later this month. Frank Warren announced that his team have been in contact with Alexander Usyk's promoter with a view of making a fight between Usyk and Joyce. Joyce's impressive performance against Daniel Dubois last November has propelled him into the big leagues, and the fight against Usyk is an intriguing one. They will be fighting for an interim title fight, which would allow the winner a #1 contender spot down the road. Usyk's team have received a letter from the WBO saying that they are considering granting sanction for Joshua versus Fury, but Usyk has never received any serious offer, nor has anyone approached him with the offer to step aside. This fight definitely makes sense to see who's next in line once Joshua and Fury have had the 2 fights this year. And finally, there are reports that Deontay Wilder has reached out to Charles Martin's team for the possibility of fighting this spring. After Wilder's crushing defeat from Tyson Fury, there has been multiple excuses from the former champ as to why he lost that fight. With COVID-19 scuppering plans for a third fight against Fury, this could be the fight Wilder needs to regain some fight confidence. Charles Martin's last high-profile bout was against Anthony Joshua, who demolished him in 2 rounds, so it would be unlikely that he would last long against Wilder's explosive power.